All right. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Uh, got a nice little workout for you today. We're going to start off with our warm-ups as usual. 2 weights today. 2 weights. Challenging. You know what I can tell you. Challenge yourselves. Make it fun. Make yourselves know that you did something today in a good way, right? So whatever weights you're gonna have near you, I'm sure you have it by now. Hey, kitty cat.
I wanted to say hi.
All right.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, Allison? Hey, Miles. So if you're just tuning in, just a couple of weights is all we need. We're gonna get going. We're gonna get this show on the road. All right. Let's stand up nice and tall. All we're gonna do are little tilts with the pelvis. So we're actually gonna start up sideways, right? I'm gonna turn sideways so you guys can kind of see. I'm gonna roll my hips in and then back. And just let the hips do the motion, right? So we're just gonna do little motions at the hips. Let it rock forward. These are called pelvic tilts. Yep. And we're just gonna do pelvic tilts. You put your hands on your hips and feel them move. You can turn on the screen and to see if the hips roll backwards and then forward, tucking the hips, pushing them back. And some people with low back pain, it might feel really good for you to tuck those hips in and kind of get a nice stretch on that back. So just work on doing that for about 10. I'm on 9, and I've got one more. And 10. We've been doing a lot of sitting lately. Even in my Zoom calls when I work with people, I have to sit more. And so my low back gets lit up a little bit more than usual than it had been in the past. And just kind of being aware of how I'm sitting, how I'm standing really helps. And those pelvic tilts will definitely do that. Just noticing where my neutral position might be at the time right now. Yeah. All right. So from there, we're just going to go into those little hip circles. So push it back, push it forward, push it out to the sides. Get a nice little stretch on them. Take your time. Again, if you're just joining us, a couple of challenging weights, nothing too light for you, nothing too heavy, something that you can control and just command that weight in every position. Good, let's go back the opposite way. Push it forward, push it out to the side. See if you get a stretch in the hammies or out on the abductors, anything that might be tight on you, even the hip flexors as well, just by pushing those hips up nice and forward there. Good. All right, shake it out a little. All right, let's do a nice little circle with those arms. Big one up, big one back. You can alternate it. Try to reach that arm up nice and straight. Reach back as far as you can. Trying to keep that chest forward. Yes, good. Reach back as far as you can. Arms straight, reach back. Try not to let the body tilt too much. It's just, it's mostly the shoulder working. It's not that thoracic spine to get out of its way. Okay, let's go the other way now. We're going to turn that hand over and come back around. Get those shoulders ready. What we're going to do today. Good. All right, shake it out. Let's bring out our shoulders now. So let's pretend like there's a towel, and let's bring them out. Turn them over as far as you can. Let's go the opposite way. Really kind of lean into them. I know sometimes my shoulders get really tight after some of these workouts, and I like how these feel, that little internal and external rotation. We get a couple more on each side. All right, good. All right, let's balance on a foot. Let's get those ankle mobilities in there. Just get those joints lubricated, moving. You keep going, I'll let my dog in. I don't have a cookie for you right now. Good. Switch sides if you haven't switched sides yet. I see you, very excited. Good. Come on down. So we're actually going to lay on the floor for a second for our first part of the workout. And we're going to work on dead bugs. Just trying to take care of people's low backs for a second. And we kind of talked about it and touched on this about bracing and all that kind of stuff earlier, about 2 weeks ago now. Let me grab this dog a cookie so she leaves me alone. There you go. Take that. Okay. We're going to lay on our backs. All the way back on our backs. Knees are going to come up towards our chest. Okay, we're going to try to make our low back flat on the floor here. I want you to take a couple of big breaths in through the belly. Try to fill up your belly first. And then let that air rise all the way up to your chest. And just be active in keeping that low back flat on the ground there. Now, you might have to adjust your knee height. Maybe it's closer to your chest. Maybe it's lower to the ground. But your job is just to kind of fill in the belly and put your hands on your obliques. Put them on your obliques. Can you fill that part up? Can you feel your hands expand out sideways, laterally? Okay, keep going. So as you breathe, you're gonna try to breathe out this way as well as this way. Okay, so trying to fill up that whole cylinder and trying to breathe. So when you breathe, your low back goes into the floor as well. And let's just feel that happen. Okay, we're gonna do 3 big breaths together. So let's take one big breath in. Let's try to breathe in for about a 3 count. Try to fill up that whole cylinder from the bottom all the way up to the top. Hold it. Slowly let it out. Take a few breaths in on your own. We're going to fill that up again. Try again to fill up the bottom from the belly. Try to let that diaphragm drop. Try to fill it up laterally, horizontally, all the way into that low back. Hold it. Let it out nice and slow. Take a few breaths. If you need to put your feet down for those few seconds, go for it. We'll bring those feet back up when you're ready. And then we're going to take that big breath in again. Make sure that low back stays in the ground. Fill up it horizontally. Hold it and let it out nice and slow. Good. Think about that position where we're at. Even if I'm here, right? My hands are up, maybe they're across my chest. That's almost like the bottom of a squat position. My feet are flat on the ground. If we can use our imaginations there. Okay? That is that squat position. Now, we did the pelvic tilts earlier. If you let your pelvis tilt forwards and we have that nice grounding in that low back, we create a space and we crunch that the disc in the back, in the vertebrae. So if we think about the spacing between the vertebrae, right? If we're nice and even here, now we have that crunch in there. I don't know if you can see it from that angle, right? But when you have that nice little curve in that low back, we start to squish that disc, and that creates pain in that low back. So we're trying to create that nice neutral spine, and the ground is just trying to give us that feedback there. So in our squat position, the bottom of that squat, that's almost like that dead bug position right there, right? So if we're rounded and that low back is squishing down there with weight, it's going to create pain no matter if it's small weight, heavy weight, etc. The repetitive use out of it will create pain back there. So let's try to be aware of what we are doing as we move, okay? So we're just retouching on all that bracing stuff that we did earlier on. Hopefully that helps out as we go along. All right, my friends, let's grab a weight. We're going to move forward from that. I just want you to be conscious about that neutral position as we start lifting these days. Okay? Whew, I'm warm. Stand on up. We'll keep touching on little parts of that as we go through more classes. So we're going to do the first part of the workout. You can use one weight. Use a semi-challenging weight. Okay? Doesn't have to be super heavy to start with, but we're going to do an upright row. We've done upright rows before. I have a 25, 26 pound weight right here. It's not heavy, but I know I can do this all without hurting myself. So checking your ego in at the door, making sure everything is what we can manage, right? We're here to be able to move the next day. So upright row, it's going to be a squat and a nice little lift here. So we're going to alternate the hands. Okay. After the second one, we're going to go down to a push-up position. So it's going to look like this. 1, 2, push it down. I'll put my hands around it, step back, and I'm going to touch my chest down, right back up. Now, if you don't want that in the way, you can always push it out a little further, do a push-up so you go all the way down to the ground, right back up, okay? Upright row, okay? Upright row or a high pull. It's actually called a high pull, but it's just terminology. The movement's the same. We're going to pull that hand all the way out towards that armpit, okay? Finish up nice and tall, not leaning back. Try to keep those ribs drawn down towards that pelvis. Jump back into our push-up position. So that'll be our first exercise. We're going to get into it. You guys ready? We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on down. Let's get a nice little high pull. Drive it up. Switch it. Okay. Come on down. One nice push up. Hop back forward. You can walk your feet back in if you want. High pull. High pull. Okay. Step back and a push up. High pull. High pull. Work on your positioning. Take your time with it, especially if you're having any shoulders, back issues, whatever that might be. Let's take our time and make sure we do it well. Move with that intent of keeping everything in line and pain-free. Let's get one more with everything we're doing. Step back, nice push-up, and I'm resting there. Good. 45 seconds goes by pretty quick. You can always finish up whatever you're doing in the movements that we're in, even though time has gone up. All right, we're going to go to a 90-90 position now. So back leg comes in 90 degrees here. Front leg goes to 90 degrees here. We're just going to stay in a lunge position. If you want weight, have your weight near you. If you don't, okay? We're just going to come up, keep everything stationary, return right back where we started from. Just a tap of that knee. We're not going to slam it in the ground. We're not going to hang out on the ground for too long. We're going to come up and back down. So everything's at that 90-degree position or close to it, okay? We're looking for a lot of pressure on that quad. If you feel unstable, give yourself a wider base so your feet aren't in line with that knee. Give yourself a wider base by bringing that leg out wider or this back leg out wider. All right, it's gonna go 45 seconds, my friends. It's gonna be a nice challenge on those legs. We're gonna go in 3. Core stays tight, breathe out, let's brace. And let's go. Stand up and right back down. Up and right back down. If you want that weight, you know how to do it. You can always challenge yourself. Squeezing that glute. Work on that balance. Breathe out. Make sure with that loose hand that's free. You can check your belly. Is it working? Is it soft anywhere? Press against there, right? Keep going. I'm just going to change positions. Keep going. That'll be a nice challenge on those legs, I hope. And check your monitor to make sure you're doing it right as well. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and come on up. Shake that one out. We'll go to that opposite side. Switch directions. Whichever way you were. We're going to take 15 seconds off. Let's start in that bottom position. 90 degrees down. 90 degrees front leg. 90 degrees back leg. All right. Let's go in 3, 2, and let's go. Come on up. Try to straighten out this back leg. Squeeze that glute. Stand up tall. And don't extend back. We're not trying to extend back. We're going to go as high as we can, keeping that ankle stacked over, this knee stacked over that ankle as much as possible. It's going to stay right between that ankle and that knee. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and shake those legs out. Woo! A lot more challenging with that weight. So, even in those positions, right? Keeping those hips locked in and not letting that butt shoot backwards. Keeping those hips locked in. And even as kind of like how we just started off with that dead bug position. So we're going to go to a plank position. Ooh, okay, I see what I'm doing. I got to check my notes every once in a while. We're going to go to that plank position, my friends. We're going to plank on our forearms. We'll walk the toes back as far as we can. And then we're going to do a shoulder tap. So it looks like this. Plank position. Toes go back as far as you can. Walk it back in. Then we're going to do a little plank elevator. Left hand goes down. Right hand goes down. Put them right underneath your shoulders. Replace your hands where your elbows were. And vice versa. We're going to go down, left, right. Then we're going to go up, right to left. Right to left. Okay? So we'll walk the toes back as far as you can. Right back in. Left to right. Left to right. Right to left. Right to left. Okay? Hope that makes sense. Before you go, roll those hips. Make sure we get those abs firing. Again, just trying to keep that neutral spine with ourselves. We're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go. Elbows under the shoulders. Walk those toes back as far as you can. Walk them back in. Left to right. Left hand goes under the shoulder. Right hand goes under the shoulder. Left elbow comes back down. Right. Now we go right to left and right to left. Walk the toes back. Walk them back in. Left to right. Right to left on the way up. Walk it back. Walking forward. Keep it up. If anytime you need to stop and readjust, go for it. Nothing wrong with that. It's a lot of moving parts in these motions. Make sure you're just doing well. 3, 2, and let's rest there. All right. Little ab love, little tricep love for you. All right. We've got one more for you. Super easy, just to get our breath back. we're gonna go back on our backs, okay? Laying back on our backs, going back to that dead bug position. This should be an easy one. It's an active recovery. So head, back, everything's flat on the ground. We're gonna put our hands up in the air, knees up in the air. We want to actively bring one arm out as far as we can, reach out with that opposite leg. Okay, so it's my right arm, left leg. If at any point, if I bring my foot down too low, I get a gap under my back. Okay, I want to bring it up high enough where I can maintain a flat back. Okay, and that just might be different for each of us. And we're actively trying to push our low back into the floor. Okay, so we're gonna go in 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna go for 45 seconds. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Go slow. There's no rush to it. I want you to feel, if you can feel that low back shift up or down, or can you keep it slammed into the floor? We're just keeping that belly tight the whole time. It's a core control as we move our limbs. Don't let that low back win. Try to keep it pushed into the floor. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and good. All right. Very nice, my friends. Coming back up. Big breath in, big breath out, standing back up. Find your weight. You've got that high pull, okay? High pull, left, high pull right, push up. We're gonna go in about 10 seconds. Let you get your breath back. I like it, Adam. Come by and do that in my house too. I need someone to dust my floors. All right, ready? Grab your weight, straddle it. Start with that thing right between your feet, okay? It's always gonna return back to that same position. It shouldn't be that far out in front of you where you have to reach and bend over too much. Okay, that creates a lot of load on that low back. All right, ready? Let's start. Squat it. Core is tight, get that nice high pull. Make the legs and the hips do most of that work. Step back. You can jump forward if you want. You can go fast, you can go slow, as long as we're moving methodically and maintaining that nice long posture, that neutral spine. We might just get about 5 of those done here with our time. Keep going, let's do that push up. You guys keep moving, I'm gonna take a look at you. There you go, nice Dana, good job with the high pulls. Well done, James. Good. Good, Allison. Nice, Brenna. That's it. Whatever rep you're on, finish it out. We're all done. So while we're breaking for 15, 20 seconds, think about when we finish, that elbow should finish higher than the hand, okay? Don't, at this moment, we're not trying to pull that hand up over the elbow. It's just kind of dangling. We're pulling that elbow up and back so the hand, I don't know if you can see me. I'll put on a white shirt. So the hand finishes close to the armpit, right? Not in front of our center line. This is our center line right here. So pull it up and out, that elbow. And that hand will kind of just dangle and just be like a claw that holds on to your weight, okay? All right, let's go down to a knee. 90-90 position. Use a weight if you like it. If not, don't. All right, my right knee's down. I'm going to put a weight in my right hand. We're going to go on 3, 2, and let's go. I'll get a few reps in, and then I'm going to come around and check you guys, making sure we're getting close to that position where we want to be in. Try to come up as high, but not try to extend this front knee, right? We're always leaving that little bend in that front knee. Down, right back up, trying to extend that back leg. Keep on going. I'm gonna take a quick look. There you go. Nice, good. You can check your sides by pressing with your hands that are free. Is that core tight? Good, my friends. And let's rest there. Excellent. Good. Let's switch it out. Shake those legs out if they need it. If not, we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on down in that 90-90 position. Check your monitors. Brace through that core. Let's come on up. Tap and right back up. Try to extend through that back leg, not with that front leg. Stand with that back leg. Try to keep that knee over that ankle, and between the ankle and the toes, I should say, but more towards that ankle for today. Keep it up. Good, Dana. Nice, Brenna. Good, Adam. Check your bellies. Are we good? 3, 2, and good there. Very nice. All right. We're going to go to that weird little plank. We'll walk backwards. Feet go backwards. Then we do our little plank elevator. Left to right. Going back down, left to right. Up, right to left. Down, right to left. Walk the feet back. In 5, 4, let's get those elbows under the shoulders. 3, 2, let's giddy up. Walk them back. Roll those hips in if you need to. Squeeze that tush. We're going to go up, left to right. Down, left to right. And then up, right to left. Then down, right to left. Readjust your pelvis if you need to. Walk it back. Walk it back in. Left to right. Right to left. Walk it back. Always replace the hands with the elbows and vice versa. So we ended up where we started, with everything underneath the shoulders as close as we can. We'll finish up your last one here, whichever one you're on. Good, and rest there. All right. Good. Laying back on that back. Let's get our dead bugs on. So, legs up as high as they need to go. Knees up as high as they need to go. Make sure that low back's always in the ground. 3, 2, 1. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Reach out as far as you can to hold it and bring it back in. Reach out, hold that bottom position. Reach with that bottom leg. Lock it out. Bring it back up. And just be conscious of that low back. It's not a race on how many you can do. It's how long you can hold it in that position. Reach up, reach out. Try to extend with both legs and arms. Sorry, one leg, one arm. With that free hand, you can always try to wedge it underneath your back. If you can't feel if your low back lifts or not. Let's get one more in there. Wherever you're at. And right back in. All right. We're going to take about 30 seconds off. We'll finish one more round up with that. So even in that dead bug position, we call it marching, right? You're marching, it's this movement, right? Opposite arm, opposite leg, however you want to think about it. It can also be when we finish in that run position, right? We did a single leg squat and a press. Whoop. Same idea. Keeping those ribs drawn down to that pelvis, keeping that neutral spine once again. Big breath in, big breath out. We're gonna get standing up. We're gonna get that alternating high pull. In 3, 2, straddle that weight. Make sure that thing always comes back down between your feet. Butt down, chest up, stand up. Elbow finishes higher than the hand. Push up. Walk your feet. So we're straddling that weight again. Don't get lazy. Walk your feet backwards. Walk your feet forward so we straddle that weight. Just like when we pick things up off the floor, don't get too lazy. You watch kids, infants, pick things up. They're very good at that because they aren't as efficient or as strong as we are. I guess they're more efficient than we are. But if you have the opportunity to watch a kid pick things up when they're really little, they do that because they become more efficient and it lines everything up for them. We got one more in there for you, wherever you're at. Finish it out. And let's rest there. A lot of things we can learn from those guys. All right. 90-90, my friends. 90-90. If you want your weight, grab it. You're ready. Drop down to that knee. Front legs at 90. Back legs at 90 if I put my toe all the way flat on the ground. We're going in 3, 2, and whew, almost fell over. Let's go. Try to raise up high enough where I extend that back leg, squeeze that glute, squeeze that quad, tap right back up. Core stays tight with that hand that's free. Check around, poke around, make sure we're in that tight position, even that, especially that bottom position, right? Even if we touch super low towards our pubic bone, right? Is it tight down there or is it not? Because that's also where we need to keep supported. 3, 2, and 1. Big breath in, big breath out. We'll switch it up. 5, 4, come on down. Check yourselves in your camera and posture up, shoulders back and down. Let's go. Just keep it up, guys. Keep it up. I'm going to keep looking. Check around, poke that belly. Find out if it's working. Yeah, 15 seconds. Allison, try not to extend on that front leg as far. Try to keep that knee over that ankle. Yes, don't come up any higher than that. Good. Keep that knee over that ankle. Good. Nice, guys. All right, and rest wherever you're at. Good. Little breather. We'll go back in to that plank position. Plank, walk the toes backwards. Then we'll go into our little plank elevator. Whoop, whoop. All right. You guys ready? Come on down to the ground with me. I'll see if I can do that with this wily dog. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Walk it back. Roll those hips in if you need to. Hold it. Walk it back in. Left to right on the way up. Left to right on the way down. Right to left on the way up. Right to left on the way down. Walk it back as far as you can go. Obviously, your nose will block you from going all the way down. Good. Let's get one more in wherever you're at. We're gonna finish that off. Whew. Okay. And all right. Excellent. Ew. Last time in that dead bug position, my friends. Last time in that dead bug position. So go ahead, roll back on your backs. I love it. What you doing? Let's see. All right. Come on in. Back flat on the ground. Knees up high enough. Challenge yourself. Hold it. Let's hold those little positions. In 3, 2, 1. Extend out as far as you can. Now letting that low back come up. Hold it for 1, 2. Bring it back in. Bring it back out. Hold it. Hold it. And back in. And let's go to the other side. Hold it. Readjust if needed. And back in. And switch it. And back in. Keep on going, my friends. Go at your own pace. Really try to challenge yourself in that bottom position. You can make the abs fire. You can make the core fire just by doing that. And back in. Let's get one more on each side. And back. Last one for me. And back. All right. You guys deserve at least a minute off. So while you get your breath, while you get your sip of water, coffee, whatever your poison is at the moment, I'll roll through the next exercises. Give myself a full minute to roll through this stuff. So we're going to continue with the high pull, but we're going to turn it into a snatch position. And I'll turn my camera up so you guys can see that. So it's simply a high pull. Everything stays nice and close to the body. We just finish up nice and tall from here, okay? So same motion. The power comes from the legs and the hips, standing up nice and tall. Only difference is we're going to finish up nice and high. So it's a quick movement. It's a fast movement, okay? So make sure weight is light enough, because from there, we're going to go into reverse lunge from there. So I'm going to ask you guys to find something that's going to be doable for you to snatch the weight nice and quickly up there. So this is my right hand. Are my ribs drawn down to my pelvis, or am I letting my butt stick out? Roll it in, keep it tight. We'll step back with that same foot and right back up. Bring it back to that rack. Bring it all the way down to the floor, okay? We'll switch hands from there, okay? So we'll go from right side, snatch right, step back with that right leg. Other side, snatch left, step back with left, okay? So that'll be our first one. What's our next one gonna be? Leg raises. We'll get to that one later. We're gonna do a wall sit. We're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna beat up on our legs a bit more. So we're gonna do a wall sit. And if you have your second weight to do curls with, all we're gonna do is a little wall squat. Legs are at 90 degrees. Elbows are gonna stay fairly close to that wall. And we're gonna do a curl, okay? So we're gonna get your biceps. We'll get those quads firing up again. And that's all we're gonna do. We got 2 exercises, okay? 2 exercises. So each one will last for 45 seconds. We'll go 45 seconds. We're gonna go straight to the next one, 45 seconds, okay? All right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, And let's go. We're gonna snatch right, step back with that right. Bring it all the way back to the floor. Switch it. Step back with that left and back. I'm gonna try to give you a side view too. So hopefully I can give you a nice side shot. And always trying to keep my ribs drawn down to my pelvis. You can tap, you can feel. Think about that 90-90 position that we just went into. Don't overextend. You overextend, that's gonna put a lot more pressure on that low back and put you in that lordosis position. So small step, right back. Try to finish one more on each side. Back down, snatch it up. Back down. All right. Now, go find your wall right away. Sitting in that 90-90 position. If you can curl, we're curling. Right? Come on. We're moving right into it. Right into it. If it gets too heavy with two, go to a single. Keep going. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and breather. All right. You deserve a minute off from there. So now you have an idea of what it looks like. 45 seconds on the snatch and the reverse lunge, right into the wall squat and the curl. So we'll take a few moments off, get your breath back. We'll get right back into it. I see Denise is ready. She's antsy. She's ready to go. That's good, Denise. Old Pete needs a little break. It's okay to laugh at me. That's fun. I'm used to it. All right. You guys ready? Set. Let's giddy up. Snatch it up. There we go. Right hand, I step back with that right hand, or right foot. Rack it back down. So it's that high pull. That weight stays nice and close to my body as it comes up into the air. Don't swing it out. Okay? Excuse you, Murph. Don't rush through it. Move methodically. Make sure we're not hyperextending anything. And when we finish here, bicep finishes by that ear. Doesn't have to touch your ear. We're just trying to stack that weight over that shoulder. Last one, wherever you're at. Bring it down. Let's find that wall position. Come on. Get there quickly. Wherever you're at. We're getting in those curls in that 90-90 position. We'll take a little break after this. If you started late, you can always stay a few seconds longer if you can. About 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and oh, that's good for me. We're taking about a minute off. Maybe less. This will be our last time around, and we're going to get into stretching after that. My goal is to keep us on time today, or as close as possible. Be done at 10. Woo! Goals! Big breath in, everybody. Try to control your breath. If I see thumbs up, let's roll. Ooh, ooh, all right, I love it. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3. Let's see side shots from you guys this time. Side view in for everybody. Every turn sideways. Let's make sure that kettlebell or dumbbell travels up nice and close to the body. Ready, set, up. Then I can also watch to see what your lunge looks like. Back down. Switch it up. Back down. I'm going to come around and watch, because my timer tells me everything. There you go. Good, Dana. Smaller steps, Brenna. Just a little bit smaller, so you don't hyperextend, step too far back. Small one. Yes, now your back stays in more alignment. Good. Well done, James. Small step. Good, Adam. Roll those hips in if we can, guys. Draw that ribs down to that pelvis. Don't let them flare. 5 more seconds. Finish on whatever hand you didn't start with. 3, 2, finish what hand that you didn't start with. Good. Rest there, very nice. All right, grab your dumbbells. Let's go to that wall real quick. Quick as you can go. Here we go. Curl. And get after it. There you go. Excellent. Dana, drop down about 1 inch. James, 1 inch, and push your knees apart. Push your knees apart. Yes, sir. There you go. Good. Everybody else, I'm assuming you're doing an awesome job. Keep it up. 15 seconds. Should be challenging. Keep pushing those knees apart, James. Keep your knees tracking over those toes. Yes, good. Don't let them collapse in. Well done. In 3, 2, and excellent. Good. Very nice, my friends. Take a breather. Set your weights down. Grab a quick sip of water. We'll come back in about 1 minute. Thumbs up if you're doing okay, still alive. Awesome. We're going to not do a ton of stretching. We're going to work on some breath stuff, okay? So we're going to go back to laying on the ground once you're ready. Once you're ready, you can put your legs all out in front of you. Just kind of relax. Good, everybody just laying on your backs. When you're ready, we're going to take a big breath in. So we talked about before filling up our cylinder. If this is our pitcher, if we took water in, drank it, we want that bottom to fill up first. Fill the bottom and then up to the top. So we're going to use that same metaphor as for our breath. I want you to breathe through your belly first, fill the whole belly up first, and then let it rise all the way up to your chest, okay? So laying back on your backs, everybody lays back on their backs. I'll just stand up and keep talking. So we're trying to keep, if you feel like your low back is coming up, you can bend your feet or bend your knees a slight bit, okay? And just make sure that low back stays flat on the ground. Try to stay as relaxed as possible. So I want you to take a big breath in, about 3 count. Hold it in there for another 3 count. And slowly let it out for another 3 count. Good. Put your hands on top of your belly. I want you to feel that thing rise first. We're trying to release that diaphragm. Take another big breath into the belly. What rises first, your belly or your chest? Hold it and release it for a 3 count. Good. Take a couple breaths in between. And again, put your hands on top of that belly. Put one on your belly, one on your chest. Tell me what you feel rises first, the belly or the chest. Ready? Take your big breath in. Hold it and let it out slowly. with a show of hands, whose belly rises first? Kind of, if it's hard to tell, then we have to try a little bit more. So we're not only just trying to feel it this way, right? Your belly going towards the ceiling, but we also want to try to feel the belly go out sideways as well, okay? So let's put our hands on our obliques. Good. I want you to try to do a belly breath and try to make the hands come out sideways. Try to fill it in horizontally or laterally, however you want to think about that. And we're trying to support that spine. Good. Try to take that big breath in. Hold it, and a big breath out. Good. Denise, why don't you put your feet flat on the floor? There you go. Try that out and see if that helps to keep your low back flat. Excellent. Good. Let's do another big breath. Try to push your hands against your sides. See if you can try to push into those hands with your belly. Can you guys feel that happen? Is that a little bit more feedback for you? Good. I like the thumbs up. I like the thumbs up. Good. And good. I like that. And big breath out. Nice and slow. Excellent. We'll do another one of those in a second. Take your time. There you go. Big breath in. Try to fill it all the way up, all the way out, and see if you can push that low back into the floor too by just making that breath do that. Can you feel that low back going to the ground? We're trying to free up our diaphragm, which is a very big muscle that helps us to breathe. Sometimes if we can start doing that, it also helps to soften our nervous system, if you will. It'll kind of free a lot of things up. You might feel like you have a back problem or a shoulder problem, whatever it might be. However, the more we can kind of do this type of stuff where we kind of bring ourselves back into tune with our body, it'll help relax those muscles. Maybe it's in your shoulders, right? Good. All right, ready? Another big breath in. Hold it. And a nice release. If we're having issues doing that, this will be some of your homework to do, okay? So this is all we're gonna do today. You're gonna do one more and then we're all done, okay? So breathe in. Try to get that low back flat in the ground. Fill, fill, fill. Hold it and slowly let it out. If we were to do like some range of motion stuff with you guys, legs, whatever, I guarantee at the end of this, you'll have more range of motion. No doubt about it. I've seen it happen with a lot of people. So good things to practice when you're at home. Little breath, try to breathe in through the belly first, fill out the whole cylinder, et cetera, et cetera. It also works into like our lifting motions too. So that's why I try to bring it all together and have you guys learn that stuff too. All right, we're on time. Woo! If you guys need to stretch some more, you know what stretches we like to do. So get after whatever you feel needs to be stretched, your hip flexors, glutes, et cetera. Et cetera. Woohoo!
Thanks, Pete.
Thanks, Pete.
Thank you guys.